I'm here in the Now newsroom with my good friend and colleague, Dan Olson from the Tri-Cities Now. And we're both pretty hyped up for the much anticipated meeting between the Coquitlam Adnacks, the league-leading Coquitlam Adnacks, and the new Westminster Salmonbellies in Coquitlam on Wednesday. What do you expect?
Last meeting wasn't much of a showing for Coquitlam. I think this meeting you're going to see a new team.
New Westminster's got a newer one. They got two kids back, Anthony Malcolm and Josh Byrne. Both have played 5 and 7 games, well, no, 7 and 5 games respectively, and they're putting up huge numbers. Oh, good. Who is it going to be, Wesley Berg or Josh Byrne? That's the question.
Two box heavyweights, that's for sure, but I think you're going to see the veteran step up. He's only played 2 games for Coquitlam. He's been saving something for this game, I bet.
Well, my money's on New Westminster. I don't care what you say. I mean, these kids have come in. Byrne came in 5 games ago. He's on a 4-goal-a-game streak. And when he came in and buried his first 2 shots, he looked like a different player to me.
4-game pace, that's exactly what Berg's been on. He's only been back in the saddle for 2 games, 8 goals. The team's just following the leader. He didn't go to a college named after an aspirin, but he's got something ready for the next stretch.
Oh man, you're giving me a headache, Dan. New Westminster's young. They're fresh. And they are rolling. The last 5 games, I believe, it's close to 90 goals they've scored. And they just plowed over Delta, putting up 9 goals in the very first period and then coasted.
No doubt about it. The Bellies have been feasting on some of the weaker and mediocre teams, but this match has all the makings of a showdown, like Thrilla in Manila. The headlocks, we're going to see a big battle.
Talking to some of the coaches, and they think it might come down to special teams. If we're talking special teams, New Westminster leads the league, 60 special team goals, 44 on the power play, and a league popping 16 on the short man.
It's going to be discipline. It's going to be a huge factor. Coquitlam's got the big defenders. Not quite as many hotheads as, say, the Bellies do, but we're going to see who's going to make the difference. Coquitlam's got a lot of balance.
Heads? Who are you calling a hothead? This young team is the most disciplined team I've ever seen with the New Westminster in the last 4 or 5 years. Sure, they took undisciplined penalties years ago, but Dan Perot's got this team whipped into shape, and they look like they're ready to follow him to the promised land.
When it comes to cool, calm, and collected, Neil Doddridge is the guy to take Coquitlam past the promised land into the new millennium. I don't know. Perot's a pretty great coach, but the Adnacks have had their number except for that one time. And when's the last Minto Cup in New West? Hello? That 1994? Heck! Who was Jake Elliott was still playing back then.
You never know when that next time's going to be. I think last year when, after all those league championships, I think there's a new dawn coming, and that dawn's led by a great big fish. Who is that?
That's Adnack Santa. He knows who's going to win. Let's take a guess here. Who's going to be the winner? The Adnacks. Oh, nice call, Santa.